Hello everyone, today's video is going to be my project pan update for my Pan That Face palette. So I started doing a Pan That Face palette because of Alex here on YouTube. She has been doing it for multiple years and it has just inspired me to work on this. I did work on my CoverFx Perfector face palette. I did work on this back in 2024, IG only. I did not do it on YouTube. And I went over all of my progress and everything in my intro. I will leave my intro and my Project Pan playlist linked down below so you guys can get a little idea of where we're coming from with this palette. This palette is very old. I did get it in BoxyCharm years ago and it's still working just fine. It is still performing just fine. Nothing is like breaking me out. Nothing is really giving me any issues. So my goal here is to finish this except for one of the shades, which we will get into. I really wanted to start working on this and this is the year we're doing it, and I am just glad to bring you guys along for the ride of me going through this palette. We're going to talk about some stats here. I did use this palette 16 times within the last month. February is a shorter month, so I am perfectly fine with only using this 16 times. My goal with this palette is to use it 15 times throughout the month, and then the blush shades that are in here, I hope to use at least 10 times in the month, which we didn't quite hit, but that's another thing. I'm also correlating it with the month being shorter, so I had less time to use this. I am wearing all 4 of the shades that I usually would wear from this palette on my cheeks today. So I did purposely use everything on my cheeks today, so I A, get another use, and B, so you guys can see what it looks like. And I just want to share with you guys what this palette is looking like. So I will put a picture of what it was looking like last month, and this is what she is currently looking like today. I am using all natural light today, so this is what she's looking like. Is that a little pan? No, that's just a little piece of the product. I was getting excited. My next goal is to hit pan on this blush lighter shade. As you guys can see, I did expand the pan a little bit in the bronzer, face powder, and the highlighter. But overall, very slow moving progress. Not a whole lot to see, not a whole lot to show you guys. I am using this palette. Palettes usually take very long to get through. So I did use this palette 16 times last month, and unfortunately, my weights have not changed since the intro, actually. So the last 3 months, it's been at 162 grams or 5.71 ounces. That's a little disappointing for me. I was hoping, because there is multiple pans in here, there is multiple ways for me to use the product, and I would reach for this for multiple steps, I would see some weight change, and that just has not happened yet. So the pans have been expanding slowly, and I feel like I'm very close in this blush lighter color. I don't know if you can tell, but there you can see on my boxes. Oh, look at him. He's just laying on his chair. But I feel like I am very close to hitting pan on that blush lighter shade, and I feel it's coming. It's coming. I'm really hopeful that next month I can hit pan on that blush lighter. But my goal with this palette is to finish all of the colors except for this color right here. But let's go through each individual color. So this shade here is the bronzery, highlighter shade. This is the one I am not gonna finish, and it is the one that I do not like to use. I do have very fair skin. Shades like this is not gonna work as a highlighter for me, and shades like this just look a little orange and off if I were to use it as a bronzer. So this shade, obviously, I'm not using, and I've had 0 uses on this for the duration of the year. Then we have this highlighter shade. It is just a really basic, like white champagne sort of highlight. I use it on the inner corner, except today I used an eyeshadow, but a good chunk of the time I use this as an inner corner. I am using it as a highlighter. So my highlight has gotten 15 uses within the past month, and this has a total of 24 total uses for 2026. So I'm just slowly expanding the pan. I can definitely tell that it is getting expanded slowly but surely. Next we have is this blush lighter shade. I'm really hoping that this can be a finish next update. I'm still going to keep my 10 use goal for each of my blushes, but my usage goal is to still reach for this 10 times. I was 1 short in February, so I used this 9 total times for a combination of 17 total uses in 2026. So I'm really hoping I can hit pan on this soon, and it'll be the next easiest pan for me. There's definitely a dip in there. If I put my finger or my brush or something, this definitely has a dip in it. Next is this bronzer, this contour powder. There is quite a bit on the edges here. I'm hoping that I can do another month trying to reach into this corner, and then I will eventually have to mix it in with my finishing powder to create a bronzer. I do use these together in unison. So my contour powder, I used this 11 total times in February and 27 total times in 2026. So this one I am expanding the pan on, and when and if I get to the point that I am going to repress this, I will of course take photos and weights before and after and everything, so we have like a slate to go off of. But this one I did use 11 times, which I don't use bronzer every single day of the month. I don't wear bronzer every time I wear makeup, because like I use this palette 16 times and I only use the bronzer 11. I don't use bronzer every day, or I'm rolling in a different bronzer, using a different bronzer. I've been really liking my Wet n Wild Mother Fluffer, like cream bronzer. I've really been liking that. So this one just has not been getting the use that it probably should be getting. And then I do use this finishing powder every time I use this contour. So I use this 11 times as well, and I kind of just use it to dye down the bronzer. I don't like a very bronzy look. Like, this is as bronzy as I will want to get. But this finishing powder has 11 uses in February. It has a total of 26 uses for the year. The reason why the finishing powder is 1 less use than the contour is because I tried to use the contour by itself one day, and it's just a little too dark, especially at winter when I am at my fairest. Going forward, I am just going to mix these together. And the last and final product in the palette is the blush. This is a matte blush, and I got a total of 8 uses, so I am 2 short of my goal, and I have a total of 18 uses on this for the entire 2026. So I feel like I've gotten some pretty good use on this palette, and I would like to continue making some progress. Our next update, I do want to use the palette itself 15 times throughout the month. I kind of want that to be my every month goal. I want that to be something that I strive for, make sure I'm using this on a regular basis. I do have other blushes, I do have other bronzers, I do have other highlights, but I want to reach into this palette at least 15 times, and I do my makeup a good chunk of the month. So 15 times isn't even that bad. My goal is to use the blushes 10 times within the month, and I think I will be able to do that in March. I do use the highlight, bronzer, and finishing powder pretty consistently, so I don't feel the need to put usage goals on that. But the entire palette 15 times, and I want to use each blush 10 times. I will hopefully, I'm not making it a goal, but it would be extremely nice if I could hit pan on the blush lighter. These videos tend to be short and sweet. I am just updating on 1 palette, and I'm really just updating you on 5 shades. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you guys enjoy project panning content, I highly recommend you subscribe. And if you guys enjoy makeup related content using what you have, eyeshadow related content, this is the channel for you. So if you're lingering, I hope you subscribe, like this video if you like project panning content. Comment down below, are you guys doing a pan that palette with eyeshadows, a pan that palette with face products? Are you guys trying to pan singular blush, bronzer, highlight? I did that last year. I ended up finishing 2 blushes, which is really awesome, which is why I think that I can finish both of the blushes in here, even though I have not hit pan on them yet. I love and appreciate all of you guys for watching today, and I shall see you guys next time.